Right, this is Heather and Matthew. We're at Beacon Hill Country Park on a Sunday afternoon, late Sunday afternoon in February. It's a bit cold. And what we've got is we've got our water boiling, hopefully at some point, on our Trangia stove. And we've got a little twig stove acting as a windshield. And we've got 2 camping cups full of water in the whistle kettle. But while we're doing that, we're going to have something to eat. And what we got last summer from, was it Home Bargain? No one else seemed to buy them. We cleared the shelves of them. We've probably got dozens of these at home. And what they are flameless cook pouches for MREs, for meals ready to eat. While we were in France last summer, we picked some from, I think it was like a Lidl or a Netto. We picked these packed foods that don't need refrigerating, and this is a fish with saffron rice, so a fish with a lemon sauce in saffron rice, and typically you put these in the microwave. This one's boeuf bourguignon, and what we've got is you've got these big pouches here. Heather's going to open these up for us. There you go. You tear off the top, and the big pack actually acts as your cook bag. What do we have inside there? So we have a cook bag inside. And these are spare ones inside there. And what you do, these are 50-gram ones. These are the larger ones, 50 grams. Or we have packs of 20 grams. Now, what we found with these packs of food, we'll take the container off them and take the cardboard off for a second. So like packs that come in that you would put in the microwave. What we do is we put one of these packs in the 50-gram one and a 20-gram one, and we put it in the cook bag with one of those dinners, then seal it for 10 minutes, and before you know it, we've got a meal. So Heather, there's the water. And how much water do you put in? You just fill to a line, do you?
50, so there's the line on the bag. So what you do is you take the pack out, and then you fill the bag with water.
So let's go ahead and do that. And that's the cook bag. You put your water in there. And you put one of the pouches in. That has a chemical reaction, and what's called an exothermic reaction. So the water heats with the mineral, which creates heat, which gives off heat in the water chemical reaction. Then you put, what was that one? Was that a 50?
Yes, so we found that a 50 isn't quite enough to do a meal, so we're going to put a 20 in as well.
If you've got like those MREs from Go Outdoors or Decathlon, they do work with just a 50. But we find with the microwave ones, because they're in like a heavier packing, they require a little bit more, a little bit longer cooking time. What we have done is we've taken these out of these and put them in Ziploc bags, BPA-free Ziploc bags that would use a freezer, and then they work quite well, quite quickly. But it's a little bit of a faff taking out of one container into another. So it takes a couple of minutes for the chemical reaction to get going. Then you seal up the bag. Then we just let it go.
Steam should come out.
And in a couple of minutes, the chemical reaction will start. Often we give it a bit of a shake around, and then you can start feeling and hearing it bubble. The flameless cook pouches are now steaming away, and the steam's coming out the vent hole at the top there. You've got to have some of the steam leave the bag, otherwise you'd end up with just a bag that goes bang, which isn't good. You don't want to be covered in hot water or boeuf bourguignon. So they're both steaming away quite happily with themselves. Heather, what do we do with the hot pouches inside once we've finished cooking, when we go camping?
So when we've taken the food out, we empty the water out, and then we put the actual pouch in a Ziploc bag that's waterproof and wrap it up in something and put it in our sleeping bags.
Yeah, so we wrap it up, we put the hot pouch inside a Ziploc bag minus the water, and then we put that inside a sock, and we can then put that inside under our jumpers or inside our sleeping bags and heat our sleeping bags while we're camping. So double use. And unlike using a gas stove or a liquid stove in a tent, using the flameless cook pouches when you're camping is very safe. You've got to watch with the hot water inside, but compared to using a gas stove or a liquid fuel stove when you're tent camping, it's very safe, and we've never had any problems, and we've used them not just when we're camping, but when we're on road trips, driving across France, driving up and down the country. We don't want to spend an extortionate amount in the services, so we pull over in the services, park up, and sort out our flameless cook pouches with a meal ready to eat, our MRE. We did it last summer in France. I had a kit by the side of the car for 20 minutes on a sleeping bag while our breakfast cooked. We had an all-day breakfast pouch that we bought from Go Outdoors, and threw it in one of the pouches while I was having a nap, having a break from the driving for an hour.
I think these would be brilliant if you were doing Duke of Edinburgh, because you don't need to worry about young people who are inexperienced using liquid fuel.
Or gas stoves.
They're really safe.
And so you see a lot of kit now for sold to young people who are doing the Duke of Edinburgh, and a lot of it is expensive, unnecessary, and doesn't work, and will only be used once. And we've found stuff on Facebook Marketplace where people are selling job lots of camping gear which have obviously only been used once, and for like £100, and it's clearly they've obviously bought it for Duke of Edinburgh, and it's never going to be used again. The instructions are on the back of the heat bags. How to use, step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4, step 5, step 6. Very straightforward, easy to use. Easy to use if you're new for camping, easy to use if you're out on the road repping or working. You don't want to spend a fortune on lunches. It's cheap, good value. The header's going to open up and see what we've got. Let me just have a peer inside. So inside we've got our ready meal, which has been cooking away, it's heating away. If I take that out, it's nice and warm. And inside there are the pouches and the water. So what have we got here? Oh, it's nice and warm, isn't it? Oh, so you just take the lid off.
That's your beef bourguignon.
Is that my beef bourguignon there, is it? Now you just have to get the lid off.
This is where I make a mess.
Oh, well done. Ta-da! Let's have the proof of the pudding. It's in the eating, so to speak. There we go. That's hot. It's good to eat. It's at the right temperature. Sometimes we've found if you don't cook it long enough, it can be a bit lukewarm. But we left it a bit longer this time, and that's the perfect temperature to heat. So Heather, if you get yours now, we can have yours to eat as well. Heather's going to open her meal. By the way, these ready meals we got from Netto in France, they don't require refrigerating, and they're good for a couple of years. And we bought these last summer, and the expiry date on these is December 2024. That's merlu, which is a type of white fish, citron with rice. And how much were they? Just a couple of euros or so?
Yeah, €2.40, something like that.
€2.40. It was crazy money, crazily cheap, good value. So Heather's going to open hers up now and see what you've got there.
Just be very careful. There is a bag here of hot water.
Yes, the bag of hot water. So you sealed it.
So it doesn't spill.
What you do is, as you said, we tend to pour the water away, and then put the pouches inside a Ziploc freezer bag. Then put those inside a sock and have them as a hot water bottle. Oh, I felt the steam come out of that then. Let's see what you got there. Oh, there's your rice and your fish and lemon sauce and saffron rice. How cool is that?
Looks lovely.
You got your spoon?
Yeah.
Is it right temperature for you?
It's lovely.
Good temperature. So we're going to love you and leave you, and we're going to have our dinner now. If you like this video, please click like, then comment, share and subscribe.